Guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. Well, today Nio have submitted their Q3 earnings, and at present moment in the market, the stock has fell 0.23%, which is small, and it sits at $17.44 at the time of this video. Now, the Q3 earnings, they were less impressive. Posted revenue of 1.5 million, which is up 21.8% year over year, but the earnings per share has fell. All right, now I'll get into that a little bit later on, but amidst all of this stuff with the stock, the reason why I think the stock hasn't fallen so much, even though the earnings were less than average, or less than expected, they've sold 25,000 vehicles. Right? They've already, in this quarter, they sold just 25,000 vehicles, which is good. Now, today in this video, I want to talk about the pros and cons of investing in Nio and why I can't mess with it right now. Right? And this goes for this. The facts I talk about, it pertains basically to the stock, but other than Tesla right now, that's a proven winner. Some of these other stocks, I can't really deal with it. But let me just jump into Nio real quick, because I know a lot of you are interested in it, because some of you guys have been asking me to do another video on Nio. But besides everything that's coming out, I just figured I'd wait for the earnings and then, really get my mind right and talk about my situation with the stock. Okay, let's go over the pros first. The production with this company of producing cars and kicking them out year over year needs to be amended. Applauded. China, man, they got a fast growing economy. They kick these cars out. They're not playing over there. Revenue growing year after year, year over year. You know what I mean? Like I just said, it just grew 21.8%. Year over year is moving. And that's what you want when you want to invest in these companies. You want to look at those type of things. Is it making money? Is it making money? Is it growing? Is the company growing? And when the revenue is proven, the company is growing. Now, third pro, it's a huge market. It's sold over there. It's made in China. They got the whole continent. That's I don't even know how many people are over there, but I know it might be 1 billion people. It might be more than that. But they got the whole market. Why? Because they're made in China. So the exclusivity of that product and that brand and the kickstart, they have a lot of billionaires in China and they have a lot of investors. Sky's the limit. The potential for this business can be astronomical. Another pro, they just started selling cars in Norway. I think it was earlier this year. And the model that they sell is the ET8, right? You can go look it up on Google Images, or just look up on the Nio website. They have a vast array of cars. They have more cars than Lucid, and I think they got more cars than Rivian. They got a product line that's they got a little bit of everything for everybody, I guess, as far as the market is over there in China and what people want to buy. But yeah, the ET8 is being sold at present, or I think they're launching it. I think it's presently being sold in Norway, right? And they opened a plant. I think this month they're opening, or they have opened already. They're opening a plant in Europe where the power supply, like the charging stations and all that other stuff, components that go with these cars, they're opening that up in Europe. Because what they're trying to do is they're trying to expand their brand, and they're trying to push the ET7 product, that car, in Europe. I guess because it basically fits the needs, or that's the customer base they're trying to promote this car. It's called the ET7. You can look it up. Another thing, I don't even want to say another thing. Just going over what I've said, it looks promising. The company does look promising. The future's bright for Nio. And the future's bright for a lot of these EV companies. My thing is, if you want to invest in these companies, these are long plays. If you just a investor that's jumping in and thinking you're going to make a quick buck, no, especially with the economic downturn right now. And I mean, we're going through stuff over here. They're going through stuff over there. You know, the floods. I mean, not the floods. The drought. You know, they have a lot of stuff going on with the country. You know, political and otherwise. You know, social. So it's going to take time with this company. So if you want to invest in Nio, this Nio stock, it's a long play. If you don't have the stomach for the ups and downs, I wouldn't even look in the direction of the car, let alone the company. You know, and with that being said, let's go into the cons. What can I say? This is a big thing for me, and I think this is a big thing for a lot of investors with this stock. They've recorded a loss in EPS, which is earnings per share, for the last at least 13 quarters. That's like 4 years of, you know, quarterly earnings. Their EPS has been going down and down in earnings per share, right? Thus bringing down the market cap. So the valuation of the company, whatever it was, it's going down. And that's why, like, you know, me as a value investor and somebody that goes long term, I'm waiting for the price to drop. Like me, personally, $11, I'll jump on it. But I mean, right now, for where it's at, and it's sitting at 17, don't have that far to drop. And with what everything's going through, with what everybody's going through now in the world, you know, they got problems over there, we got problems over here. It's sold on our market. It's got nowhere to go but down, I think. You know, another con, they have obstacles over there. The same obstacles Lucid, Rivian, and everybody else has been going through. You know, chip shortages. But what else we got? Supply strain constraints. Supply chain constraints. They got COVID regulations over there, restrictions. You know, COVID is still a problem in the country. And a lot of this is slowing down the production. Now, as far as the earnings per share and all of that stuff, with the company, it will improve. Here's a big thing for me. And like, you know, a lot of people don't know this, or they don't really talk about it. This car is primarily on, this company is primarily in China. Now, yeah, they got a big market, but a lot of people don't know a lot of China is farmers. You know, so I mean, they still got unlimited growth. Don't get me wrong, but it's not sold outside of China. It's not sold in the US. Think about it. And it's not a knock on the company. I don't know the company, you know, but like, I invest in 3M. I invest in Clorox. I can see the product. You'll never see this product, you know, at present on the road. I can't get up to a Nio ET7 or ET9 and look at it, see the perks of it. You know, I can't see the vision with it. And it's only fair to say that. Now, I'm not knocking anybody else, or I'm not knocking the car company, but it's a product you can't see, and you can't invest. And this is a big product, like a car or something, where you get enjoyment out of it, or some type of it solves a problem. You know, a transportation issue. You can't see it, you can't touch it, you can't feel it, and then go over it and say, okay, this is a good investment for me. And that's one of my things. It's not sold in the U.S. It's not sold in Europe right now. I mean, other than Norway, but it's not sold in Europe neither. And they're working on that. They're working on trying to do that. But what goes into what I'm saying, like, as far as like it not being sold in Europe and it's not being sold in, it's going to be a while. And this is why I say this stock is a long play. Their charging system with that car is set up differently than these other charging systems. So you're just going to have to, when they do start exporting these cars, they're going to have to export all of these charging stations, all of these type of electrical supplies and different things. It's going to be a lot of logistics. It's going to be a lot of change. Like with Tesla, right? I was thinking about this. And this is just me rambling. I might be wrong. Leave a comment and, you know, below, and I'll take you, we'll talk about it. But yeah, think about this. Unless you are into the whole EV movement, like I'm not really into it. Like I don't look at a Tesla and be like, that's a dream car, or I would buy that anytime soon. Nothing against the brand, but you know how you don't think about something until you become a part of it, or until you buy something, and then like you start to get into the motion of, okay, yeah. Most of the people that have charging stations have garages. So a lot of people that have Teslas have garages. Probably most of them. I would assume most of them, because that's when you get the charging station in your garage. I was driving around today as I was doing my job and getting off of work. And I was just looking at charging stations in the mall and, along my travels. And it hit me. I'm like, man, I don't really see nobody at these charging stations. Now, I have seen cars at the charging stations. And it's not really indicative on, how good the company is. But it just kicked in my head. A lot of people are charging these cars at home. Right? Now, China has its own way of doing things. They have their own technology. Once these cars come, before these cars can even come, there have to be charging stations. Or there have to be places where people that have garages can put a charging station in the garage. And that's going to take time. And a lot of people might say, oh, that's a small thing. I don't think it is. So I think, honestly, like I said, 3 to 5 years, it'll be a play. Like, they're not making a profit right now. That's another thing. They're not making a profit. The earnings per share is dropping consistently for 13 quarters. So with them going down and on the earnings per share, I mean, when are they going to turn a profit? You don't know. So it's a lot of speculation with the stock, right? And like I said, charging issues, not sold in the U.S. It's not sold in Europe right now. So, I mean, those are the two big markets right there. Ain't making a profit, like I said. A lot of obstacles over there. Political, environmental, other things. And the situation with the EPS. Now, is it a bad company? I don't know. I don't know how the cars break down. I don't know how they handle safety stuff in accidents. I don't know what the fatality rate is. If they have one, like if they keep records of that. I don't know the dependability of the car. It's just certain things that I don't know. And it's like, yeah, it's a speculation. And like with a lot of these EVs, see, the thing is, Tesla spoiled a lot of us. Everybody's looking for the next Tesla. I don't even think there's going to be a next Tesla. I think what's going to happen over time, these EVs are going to start to separate themselves. They start separating themselves, and then ones that are falling off will get brought up by the other companies. And that's what I think is going to happen. And then I think eventually, once you get another powerhouse, it's going to go up, and then, Tesla's going to come down. So I think, like I said, like in one of my other videos where like I'm investing heavily in Tesla, the thing with these stocks, man, they're not going to flip overnight. So if you up $800 a share, it ain't going to flip the way you lose $700 per share in one night. You'll see it coming, especially if you're paying attention. So Tesla's my bet. Now, getting back to what I was saying in closing, I don't think it's a bad company. I think the future is bright. I just think it's going to take a lot of time, and a lot of people are not going to be able to stomach it. This right here is for investors that like have a portfolio that's established and they're doing real good. They can stash this on the side, put about 1%, 2%, 3% portfolio in it with the option to get more, or with the understanding that this thing might sit here for 5, 6, 7 years and grow slowly, But then again, I was wrong on a lot of other things. If I had listened to my instincts 10 years ago and started investing then and jumped in Tesla like I was thinking about it, instead of listening to everybody else, I'd be rich right now. So it's just one of those things. It all comes down to how you feel. If you feel strongly about something, pursue it, man. But yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about today. And as usual, man, I appreciate you guys commenting. You got any ideas on any videos you want me to talk about? I'll be sure to do them. And As always, man, keep your comments up. I answer all my comments. And I love engaging with you guys. Keep investing. Share the video. Like the video. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.